It's one of the core principles of riding a motorcycle. Without this technique, your cornering will never be smooth, your ability to avoid hazards will be greatly reduced, and it will also affect your confidence in cornering on a motorcycle. This week on MCrider, we'll look at one of the core principles of riding a motorcycle, and I'll give you a specific training practice that you can work on to develop this important skill in your riding technique. If you've spent any time in a riding class, you've heard one of the instructors say this in one of its various forms. Turn your head, look where you want the motorcycle to go, avoid target fixation, or one of my favorites, point your nose in the direction you want the motorcycle to go. Having good head and eye technique is one of those things that you have to master in order to be smooth through a corner. Not only that, once you get out on the street, having good head and eye technique is necessary to see objects in the road as soon as possible. Now, turning your head is one of those things that feels totally unnatural at first. Motorcycle pointed straight ahead, and your head and eyes turned in the direction you want the motorcycle to go. It doesn't feel natural at first, but I've seen it with several riders that it becomes a light bulb moment for them when they force themselves to turn their head through a corner, how much sharper the bike turns and how much smoother the bike turns with just a simple thing like head and eye technique. So let's define head and eye technique and what we're actually talking about here. If I'm riding down the road and I'm approaching a 90-degree corner, you often hear people say to look through the corner. So what that means is you're going to slow down to your entry speed prior to the corner, and then I'm going to look through the corner. So I'm going to look out in front of the motorcycle a ways and through that curve. I'm going to look through that curve looking for gravel or debris that may be in that corner. But before I lean the motorcycle over, I'm going to have my head and eyes turned, and I'm looking in the direction that I want the motorcycle to go, and I'm pointing my nose in the exit point of that corner. So I'm getting head and eyes turned, and I'm looking in the direction that I want the motorcycle to go. It's important also not to look down at the ground, so I'm not going through the corner looking down, but I'm keeping my eyes on the horizon as I go through that corner, looking in the direction you want the motorcycle to go. Why do we emphasize not looking down, but looking on the horizon when you turn your head and eyes? If you look down and the motorcycle's leaning over, it increases that sense of falling and gives you a perception that the motorcycle is falling over, and causes a lot of riders to straighten the motorcycle back up or to not have confidence in the curve. But if you get those head and eyes turned and keep your eyes on the horizon, subconsciously you don't get that feeling that the motorcycle is about to fall over, and you can be a lot smoother on the controls and smoother through the corner as a result of it. Also, the farther you turn your head, the sharper the motorcycle is going to go. So if it's a slight turn, all the head turn that's necessary may be right here. 90-degree curve, I'm going to turn it a little bit more. If I'm making U-turns on a parking lot, I'm trying to get that head and eyes all the way around so I can see where I want the motorcycle to go. So in that case, would be a sharp turn, and I'm turning my head farther to help get that motorcycle through the corner. So this week I've got a great exercise to help you start developing this technique in your riding. It's real simple to set up, and it will be included in the field guide. And if you're not familiar with the MCrider field guide, you can go to www.mcrider.com/FG, and it's something that we offer free to all patrons of MCrider, and it's the practical application of MCrider. So you can pull this up on your phone. You get directions and a range layout of the exercise. You can see what it looks like. We'll give you coaching tips and things like that. And we'll shortcut to this video where you can see me writing the exercise and get an idea of what the exercise looks like. So a lot of you guys have responded back and told me that it's been real valuable to you. And any exercises like this we want to include in the field guide to make it easier for you to practice this once you get out on a parking lot on your own bike. So again, more information on the field guide can be found at mcrider.com/FG. Become a patron of MCrider at any level, and you'll have access to the field guide and all of the training exercises presented in there. The layout for this exercise is simple. You'll have a single cone in the center of the range, and then you'll ride ovals around that cone, turning your head and looking over the cone in the center of the range. So here I am riding the exercise. You'll notice before I move out, I turn my head and I'm looking on the horizon over the cone in the center of the range. I start riding the oval and keep my head and eyes towards the cone in the center of the range. Remember, don't look down, but keep your head and eyes on the horizon, looking over the cone. You want to ride this clockwise and counterclockwise. The whole time I'm riding the exercise, I've got the bike in first gear. I'm not using the clutch or the brakes at all. I'm just using smooth throttle control and riding in circles around the cone, keeping my eyes over the cone and off on the horizon. So if you struggle with head and eye technique, this is a great exercise to start getting a feel for it where you're out of traffic. Remember, the tighter the corner, the farther your head should be turned through that corner, looking where you want the bike to go. So I hope you found this video useful and something that you can practice on your own. It's easy to set up, and it really helps you develop that feel for turning your head and getting your head turned through a corner. I'm going to ask you to do me a couple favors. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button, and you'll get a notification every time we post a new video here on MCrider. We post new videos every Friday morning, so come back next Friday and we'll have a new training video for you then. Also, if you've considered becoming a patron, I ask you to go to mcrider.com/support and become a supporter of the show. You'll get access to the field guide to help you with your training out on a parking lot. You'll also get a chance to recommend or even vote for possible training videos on subjects that are important to you here at MCrider. So thank you guys for all the support you've given me so far and all the feedback and comments you provide on the videos. They really help me a lot. So until next week, guys, this is Kevin with MCrider, and we'll see you on the road.